Now, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu thanked Gallant, citing trust issues after getting fired. Gallant said that Israel is conducting a war without a compass. Former Defense Minister believes Israel needs to reassess its military objectives in the region. In the following report, we ask what is behind the growing rift between Benjamin Netanyahu and Yoav Galant. Listen to this.
There is anger on the streets of Israel over Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's decision to sack his defense minister, Yoav Galant. Netanyahu claimed he has lost all confidence in Gallant over the management of Israel's wars in Gaza and Lebanon.
The breach of trust between myself and the defense minister has become public, and this breach prevents the campaign from being managed properly. It's just not me who's saying this. Most government ministers and cabinet members, nearly everyone, share the feeling that we cannot continue in this way. In light of this, I decided today to end the term of the defense minister.
Across the country, the move sparked protests, including a mass gathering that paralyzed central Tel Aviv. Israeli officers mounted on horses fired tear gas to disperse the crowds in cities of Haifa, Nahariya, and in Jerusalem, close to Netanyahu's residence. Protesters expressed dismay, saying that firing Gallant endangers the Israeli people and the country.
He put us into a situation that endanger all Israel, not only the people in the south and the people in the north. He's endangering all Israel, and we are not going to let him do that. It's time to understand that Bibi has to step down from his office and to let serious people to lead Israel into the problem that he was creating.
Gallant called his removal a result of disagreement on 3 issues, including his belief that Israel can get back the remaining hostages from Gaza if it makes painful concessions which it can bear.
This dismissal comes as a result of disagreements over 3 issues. The first, my decisive position that everyone who is of draft age must be drafted, must serve in the IDF and defend the state of Israel.
Israeli opposition leaders stepped up their rhetoric against Netanyahu, calling him unfit and illegitimate to serve the country.
The sacking of Defense Minister Gallant yesterday is an act of madness by an unfit Prime Minister. In the midst of a war, while Israel is fighting 7 fronts, Netanyahu has weakened and harmed the IDF and the fighting forces only to pass the draft-dodging laws.
Netanyahu and Gallant have for long had a divisive working relationship. All through this year, reports of shouting matches between the 2 men over Israel's war strategy had become public. Gallant repeatedly urged Netanyahu to reach a deal to free the remaining hostages in Gaza. A member of Netanyahu's Likud party, Gallant had been defense minister since 2022. Before the war, he had notably clashed with Netanyahu over his legislation to overhaul the Israeli judiciary. Gallant's exit is seen to have a potentially wide-ranging impact on Israel's multi-front wars and its relationship with the US. Gallant was seen as the anchor of the association with the US. Last month, Gallant's trip to US was cancelled hours before his departure after Netanyahu reportedly set last-minute conditions for approving it. Israeli Prime Minister replaced Gallant with close ally Israel Katz to lead the country's war in Gaza and Lebanon. Katz, an ally of the Prime Minister, is unlikely to stand in the way of Netanyahu's approach on ceasefire talks. Observers say that Katz is also expected to align with the Prime Minister when it comes to deciding how long to fight in Gaza and Lebanon, and how to respond to threats from Iran.
For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.